What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of El Jardín Querido. Today I'm going to show you 2 ways to propagate hibiscus. Alright. Alright, so first off, you guys will have to forgive me for the festive music you may be hearing in the music bed. Hopefully I don't get flagged on that by YouTube and I can cover it up with something else. My neighbors like to get festive. Anyway, behind me I have a hibiscus. I featured in another video where I was transplanting it into a bigger planter box, but I did do a couple of air layers on it. They've been going for, I'm gonna say at least 2 months. I haven't even kept track. But we're gonna look at 2 different ways. Air layering is the first way, but right now I'm gonna go ahead and give them a little snip and see what we have going root wise. Usually you can peel back the foil and kind of see what's under the cellophane, but I'm not seeing much, so we're gonna sacrifice one and see what kind of growth it has. Okay, so here's the air layer. Plenty of healthy growth still. Everything looks good. This is the one we're going to be looking at, but I also have one back here. And when we peel back the foil, I still can't quite see what's going on there. All right, so I'm going to reach behind me, give this a little prune, and we're going to unravel it and see what we have as far as roots. Okay, so here we go. We can't really tell by the outside, so I'm gonna go ahead and unravel this and see what we have to work with. I've done air layering videos in the past. I'll go ahead and link that. If you guys want me to, I will do a demonstration on the hibiscus. But I know for this, I was kind of in a rush, and I actually didn't use rooting hormone, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of result we got. I'm notorious for wrapping these ridiculously tight. Let me lose the pruners here, get out my knife, and shred this puppy up. Here's one layer down. It is beneficial to wrap these really well to ensure that moisture stays in. Actually, I think we've got all sorts of weird growth in here. You know, now that I'm looking at it, it looks a little saturated, overly saturated. Maybe why I hadn't seen roots. All right. Here we go, we're unraveling it. Yeah, this is way too saturated, but we're gonna see if there's roots anyway. We don't seem to have rot, as I just did a little test here, and you can see these little nodes are indicators that roots are starting to emerge, but I wouldn't call it, I mean, technically it's successful, but this has been on for months, and yeah, that's kind of insane. Everything looks okay. The soil was a little saturated, but there should really be a lot more going on. So that was number 1. I can probably cut this down to about here, stick it in some dirt, we'll be all right. But the whole point of this was to kind of compare the 2, and I'll show you one other technique that seems to be a lot more successful. All right, so this other technique was simply taking some woody cuttings and putting them in just water, no rooting hormone, anything. And let me show you some good results here. I'm gonna hold this up for you guys. This is only a few weeks since I made that last video, and that's looking a lot better. And as I'm going through here, some have more than others. Yeah, some have more than others, but it seems to be a lot more successful. I'm going to leave those in the water for a little while until they get a big root system going, and then I'm going to go ahead and put them in some soil. So yeah, I think that is specifically for woody growth. This hibiscus is a number of years old. It's come back all the way from the ground from some freezes before, but it is well established. So I'm not sure how that'll work with new growth, but with the woody growth, it works great. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't very clear cut and there weren't crazy roots going or anything, but you do get a gist. I think another technique that could be used would be taking a cutting, putting it in some honey and cinnamon or rooting hormone, and just putting it in the dirt like that. I will keep you guys updated on how these cuttings go that I'm just using water for, but you know, regardless, it's an interesting experiment, and there usually are a number of different ways to propagate specific plants. Anyway, guys, I hope you thought this was helpful. Feel free to leave comments if you have any questions or if you have any other approaches you'd like to share. All right, guys, well, as always, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.